Have you ever noticed something strange? You sit down to work. You have time. You have goals. Yet your mind keeps drifting. Minutes pass, then hours. And at the end of the day you feel busy, but not productive. This is not laziness. This is not lack of talent. This is a focus problem. And here's the truth most people never learn. Focus is not a personality trait. Focus is a trainable mental skill. In this video, you will understand the science behind focus and deep work, why your brain struggles, how successful people protect attention, and how deep work quietly separates average lives from exceptional ones. Watch till the end, because by the final section, you'll see focus in a completely new way, and your work will never feel the same again. What focus really means, not what most people think. Most people believe focus means trying harder. That's incorrect. Focus is not effort. Focus is attention alignment. Your brain can only give deep attention to one meaningful thing at a time. When attention is split, quality drops, learning slows, energy drains. This is not opinion. This is how the brain is designed. The brain, science behind attention. Your brain has a limited attention system. Think of attention like a spotlight. Wherever it shines, processing becomes stronger. Everything else fades into the background. This spotlight cannot shine in multiple directions deeply. Shallow attention feels busy. Deep attention feels calm and powerful. Why distraction feels so easy? Distraction is not weakness. It is default brain behavior. Your brain evolved to scan environment, notice changes, seek novelty. This kept humans alert and adaptive. But in the modern world, novelty is everywhere. Your brain is overstimulated, not broken. The cost of constant input. Every notification, sound, or visual change pulls attention, interrupts focus, forces mental reset. Each interruption may seem small, but mentally, your brain pays a reset cost every time. That cost adds up. Why multitasking reduces intelligence performance? Multitasking feels efficient, but neurologically, it is task switching. Each switch lowers accuracy, increases fatigue, slows thinking speed. Deep work disappears when multitasking begins. What is deep work? Simple definition. Deep work is a state of focused concentration where your brain operates at its highest level. In deep work, learning accelerates, creativity increases, productivity multiplies. This is where meaningful progress happens. Shallow work versus deep work. Shallow work. Reactive. Easy to start. Easy to repeat. Feels busy. Deep work. Requires intention. Feels challenging at first. Produces real value. Most people live in shallow work. Few master deep work. Why deep work feels uncomfortable initially? Deep focus removes stimulation. Your brain resists silence at first. This discomfort is not danger. It is adjustment. Like muscle soreness during training. The attention adaptation effect. The more you practice deep focus, the easier it becomes. The longer it lasts, the more natural it feels. Your brain adapts to what you repeat. How focus shapes learning speed. Focused attention strengthens neural connections, improves memory storage, speeds up understanding. Distracted learning creates weak memory. Deep focus builds lasting skill. Why some people learn faster than others? It's not intelligence. It's attention quality. People who control focus learn faster, retain more, improve continuously. Focus compounds knowledge. The role of dopamine in distraction. Your brain releases dopamine when it expects reward. Quick stimuli give quick dopamine. Deep work gives delayed reward, but stronger fulfillment. Your brain must be trained to tolerate delay. Delayed reward is a superpower. People who can delay reward build long-term success. Finish difficult projects. Stay consistent. Deep work strengthens this ability. Why willpower alone fails? Willpower is limited. Focus requires systems, not force. Without structure, willpower drains. Distraction wins. Deep work is built on design, not motivation. The environment controls attention. Your surroundings shape your focus more than intention. A cluttered environment creates mental noise. A simple environment creates clarity. Mental clarity starts with visual simplicity. When visual input reduces, cognitive load decreases, focus increases. This is why minimal spaces feel productive. Why time blocking works scientifically. Your brain likes certainty. Time blocks. Reduce decision fatigue. Prepare the brain for focus. Create psychological safety. When the brain knows this is focus time, resistance drops. Focus is a state you enter, not force. You don't chase focus. You create conditions for it. When conditions are right, focus appears naturally. Why starting is the hardest part. Starting triggers resistance because brain anticipates effort. Brain prefers comfort. Once started, resistance drops quickly. The 5-minute entry rule: commit to just 5 minutes. This lowers mental resistance. Once attention engages, momentum follows. Focus and identity connection. People protect identity, not habits. When you see yourself as, I am someone who works deeply, your brain supports that behavior automatically. How identity shapes attention. Identity creates internal rules. Rules remove decision-making. Less choice equals sign, more consistency. Why deep work creates confidence. Deep work creates skill mastery, self-trust, inner calm. Confidence grows from competence. Shallow busyness creates anxiety. Being busy without progress creates stress, doubt, mental fatigue. Deep work reduces anxiety by creating clarity. Focus is the foundation of excellence. Every great outcome begins with focused effort. Talent matters less than attention quality. Part 1. Ending. Retention bridge. Now you understand something powerful. Your focus problems are not personal flaws. They are neurological patterns. And patterns can be trained. In Part 2, we will go deeper. How modern habits silently destroy focus. Why most people cannot stay focused longer than minutes. And the hidden enemies of deep work you must remove. Don't skip it. Because Part 2 explains why effort alone never works. Why modern life destroys focus without you noticing. Most people believe they lose focus suddenly. That's not true. Focus is lost slowly, quietly, over time. It happens when the brain adapts to constant stimulation. Every small distraction trains the mind to avoid depth. The real problem is not distraction. It's attention fragmentation. Distraction is obvious. Fragmentation is hidden. Fragmentation happens when you check something just for a second. You switch tasks repeatedly. You never fully enter deep attention. Your brain never rests in one direction long enough. What attention fragmentation does to your brain? Fragmented attention reduces memory quality, lowers thinking depth, creates mental fatigue without progress. You feel tired, but nothing meaningful is done. This is why many people feel exhausted after doing nothing important. The neuroscience of task switching. Every time you switch tasks, the brain must shut down one context, load a new context, reorient attention. This process uses energy. Even quick switches have a cost. Why your brain prefers easy stimulation. Your brain evolved to save energy. Deep thinking costs energy. Quick stimulation feels efficient. So the brain naturally chooses easy input, fast rewards, minimal effort. This is not weakness. It is biology. The comfort trap. Comfort is not relaxation. Comfort is avoidance of effort. When the brain gets used to comfort, focus feels harder. Silence feels uncomfortable. Depth feels heavy. But this discomfort is temporary. Why silence feels uncomfortable at first? Silence removes stimulation. When stimulation disappears, thoughts become louder. Awareness increases. The mind resists. This resistance is the doorway to deep work. The adaptation principle. The brain adapts to what it repeats. If you repeat shallow attention, shallow becomes default. If you repeat deep attention, depth becomes natural. Your habits train your attention. The attention muscle theory. Focus works like a muscle, weak when unused, strong when trained, fatigued when overused without rest. Most people never train it intentionally. Why long focus feels impossible for many people? It's not impossible. It's untrained. Expecting long focus without training is like expecting strength without exercise. The false belief about motivation. People say, I'll focus when I feel motivated. But motivation follows clarity, not the other way around. Start focused work first. Motivation appears later. The brain needs a clear target. Focus collapses when goals are vague. The brain asks, what exactly am I working on? If the answer is unclear, attention wanders. How clarity multiplies focus. Clear task, equal sign, clear neural activation. When the brain knows what to do, when to stop, resistance decreases. Clarity reduces cognitive load. One task rule, critical. Deep work requires one task, one goal, one session. Anything more splits attention. Why open loops drain focus? An open loop is an unfinished task, an unresolved decision. The brain keeps returning to it. Close loops before deep work. The pre-focus reset ritual. Before deep work, clear your desk. Close unrelated tabs. Write one sentence goal. This signals the brain, now we focus. Why environment matters more than willpower. Willpower is fragile. Environment is powerful. A noisy environment creates constant attention pull. A clean environment supports sustained focus. Design beats discipline. Simplicity creates mental space. When visual noise decreases, mental noise decreases. This is why minimal spaces feel calming. The role of time in deep work. The brain needs uninterrupted time. Short sessions can start focus, but depth needs continuity. Longer blocks allow immersion. Why short breaks work better than random breaks? Planned breaks refresh attention, prevent fatigue. Random breaks break momentum, increase resistance to restart. Structure creates rhythm, the rhythm of focus and rest. Deep work requires cycles. Focus, rest, recovery. Ignoring rest leads to burnout. Why overwork kills? Deep work. Fatigued brain choose easy stimulation. Rest restores attention capacity. Deep work is sustainable only with rest. Mental energy is finite daily. Your best focus hours matter. Identify when your mind feels clearest, when distractions feel weaker. Protect those hours. Why morning? Focus is powerful for many. After rest, cognitive load is low. Decision fatigue is minimal. This creates ideal focus conditions. But deep work is possible anytime. Timing helps, but systems matter more. Evenings can work with the right environment. The role of routine in focus. Routine removes decision-making. When focus time is routine, resistance drops. Consistency increases. Routine trains the brain to expect depth. Expectation shapes performance. When the brain expects focus, it prepares for it. Uncertainty creates hesitation. Focus entry window. The first 10-15 minutes. Feel uncomfortable. Feel restless. This is normal. Push gently past it. Depth comes next. Why most people quit too early. They quit during discomfort. Something's wrong. Nothing is wrong. Brain is instinct. Staying with discomfort builds power. Discomfort fades when attention stabilizes. Those who stay enter flow, produce high-quality work. What really is flow is full attention, reduced self-talk, deep engagement. Flow is a result, not a goal. Conditions for flow. Flow appears when challenge meets skill. Distraction is minimal. Goal is clear. Deep work creates these conditions. Why deep work builds long-term success. Deep work creates rare skills, quality output, strong self-trust. These compound over time. Shallow work feels urgent. Deep work feels important. Urgency steals attention. Importance builds future value. Deep workers choose importance. The hidden cost of always being available. Constant availability fragments attention, weakens focus endurance. Boundaries protect depth. Focus is a form of self-respect. When you protect your attention, you protect your time. Time is non-renewable. Part 2. Ending. Retention bridge. Now you understand why focus feels so difficult today. Not because you lack discipline, but because modern habits weaken attention. In Part 3, we will go practical. How to rebuild focus step by step. Daily systems used by high performers. How to enter deep work consistently. Part 3 is where everything becomes actionable.